I don't know if something happened to John. He looked like he was waving at the second base umpire.
Alongside Peter Gammons, I'm Carl Ravitch. Welcome, everyone, to baseball tonight. Last year, Major League Baseball was under the dark cloud of a labor dispute. Today, one of the darkest the game has ever known. Umpire John McSherry, a 25-year veteran, was calling balls and strikes at Riverfront Stadium in Cincinnati when all of a sudden he called timeout. Seconds later, he was face down on the warning track. 1 hour later, he was dead.
When I turned around, saw him fall down, and I knew right then, something was wrong, having a heart attack. And I just said my prayers, something like that happened, it's terrible.
My heart aches because he was my instructor. He was one of my best friends. And he was a genuine good person. And he was a good umpire, and I think we're going to all miss him. It just hasn't set in yet. Right now, it just hurts.
When I look at the overall quality of John McSherry as someone I was very proud to know, and I think we're very proud to say he was a Major League Baseball umpire.
We're all broken-hearted. We lost a comrade, we lost a great umpire and a good guy. I mean, if you knew John, you knew he was a wonderful person, and he gave it his all.
It's tough to see someone that you've known for a long, long time that's given so much to a game, pass away in front of your eyes.
It's a big loss. I mean, baseball lost a good friend, and the umpires lost one of the family.
And when I went out to home plate, I don't know, everything left me. I take a lot of pride in what I do, but everything left. I said, baseball is baseball. A human life, you get your priorities together very, very quickly.
Well, Tommy Lasorda, who together with McSherry staged one of the funnier moments in baseball history. Lasorda was in his first game as manager of the Dodgers, went to the mound and asked McSherry for advice. McSherry told him to go to his bullpen. Lasorda did. Tonight, Tommy Lasorda saying John McSherry was a wonderful man. I don't think I ever heard anybody say a bad word about him. And the fact is, Peter, John McSherry tomorrow was ready to go see cardiologist for an irregular heartbeat. He had a history of health problems.
He had, Carl, and he was a little disoriented before the game. He came out after the Canadian anthem, before the American anthem was played, he started running out on the field. Then players said that he didn't seem to be right. Pete Sherrick threw the first pitch of the game right down the middle. There was no call made. I think maybe somebody should have known, but it's awfully hard, especially when a guy has worked with such passion as John McSherry. Yeah, I misspoke. I think I said Tommy Lasorda's first game was his first World Series game. Also on the McSherry front, the issue of whether or not to play the game came up. For a while, the owners, Marge Schott, met with the umpires. The managers met with the umpires, and they were thinking about continuing this game after a small break. It was the players who decided against it, wasn't it? Well, it's the players who really understand the appropriateness of certain situations, and it was not appropriate to continue playing. Barry Larkin said to Ray Knight that he had some problems. He could not continue and play because of some things that have happened in his family. He and Eric Davison went to the umpires and told them, look, if you guys don't feel that you can go back out on the field, the players will back you. The Expos players backed them. They didn't want to go out either. And the players were right. And thank goodness in this situation, there was a Barry Larkin around to take care of it. All right, not a very good image to start the season. Over his quarter century of umpiring Major League Baseball, John McSherry witnessed a great deal, but we know he never called a Major League game in a minor league park. Last time that happened was 1957 with the Phillies playing the Dodgers Roosevelt Stadium in Jersey City. Tonight, the A's and Jays played in Las Vegas. Why? The Oakland Coliseum, as you can see, isn't ready yet as they change it over from the football field. Cashman Field, first Major League game in that minor league park since '57. You figure with the smaller dimensions, you might see some of this. Domingo Cedeno to right off Carlos Reyes, and the Blue Jays were on top 1-0. Smaller dimensions, about 360 to the power alleys. Eric Hansen, Jason Giambi, sit down. Peter, Alex Gonzalez here. Great play on Pedro Munoz. He makes a terrific play. Look at the body balance, making the play and getting the flip. Just relax. This guy's going to be a terrific player. Top of the fourth. No, I should say A's come back in the bottom of the second when Terry Steinbach, he goes to right, same spot, 2-1 A's. Now top four, same score, Delgado. Did he get all of it? Well, they got most of it. Off the wall, in right, it scores John Oleru. Game's tied at 2. Next inning, there's one out. Carlos Reyes still on, facing Alex Gonzalez. Yes, he can play in the field, and here he does a little yard work. Right center field. Favorite spot for the home run hitters in this game. Updating the score right now, Toronto 3, Oakland 2. This one now in the top of the 5th inning. Eric Hansen, 4 innings, 3 Ks, 2 hits, and 2 earned runs. Well, Eric Hansen, this is a real just a bad situation for baseball. It's an embarrassment. Having to go out here just because the NFL's, they ruined in Anaheim, now they're going to ruin the Oakland Coliseum. But at least the A's got a pretty good deal out of it. They're getting $900,000 out of the Wake for a guarantee because Las Vegas really thinks they're going to have a Major League franchise someday. Is it worth it to Las Vegas, though, to shut it down and not have any betting on any of their games? I don't think so.
There is a silver lining, and they do have a AAA team. Cashman Field, probably a place Greg Maddux has seen a few games, considering he's from there. He's from Las Vegas. On the mound in Atlanta today, four-time Cy Young Award winner in a row, going for 5, also going for a repeat World Championship.
At work.
Maddux, Robbie Thompson, no. Bottom of the first, the Braves are up 1-zip. Ryan Klesko, Mark Leiter, don't go there. 3-0 Atlanta. You figure that's plenty for Mr. Maddux, but Peter, he had a little trouble today.
Well, he did. Of course, I mean, he did get chinked a little bit here. Here, Mark Leiter dumps the ball into right field. Now, there might have been a play at first base, but Fred McGriff got kind of caught in between, well, a cutoff or whatever. Wasn't on the bag. They couldn't make that. There's a little topper in front of the plate. Maddux could have thrown to the plate, but no. Javi Lopez had come off the plate. Sean Dunston scores.
Fred McGriff doing a lot of yard work lately. He takes Leiter so far out, it is a jackaroo. 6-2 Braves. Leiter gave up 6 runs in 5 innings, and even from the end of spring training into now, Prime Dog's been on a roll. Shawan Dunston trying to get on the same roll. Foul pole, fair home run. Bobby Cox had said, that's enough. Maddux is out. And when Cox talks, the pitchers listen. Jeff Juden, Mark Lemke, out of here. 4th home run of the day for the Braves. So it wasn't their pitching getting it done, it was their offense. In the 8th, Jerome Walton. Same deal off Chris Hook. Braves put 10 on the board. Two teams combined to hit 7 home runs. After the game, Maddux said, hey, we're a team. If one guy doesn't do so well, hopefully the teammates will pick him up. And they did. Klesko says the Braves are ready to roll, and if they continue to put up numbers like that with the staff they have, probably right. Glenn Allen Hill, not a bad game. 2 for 4 home runs. Shawan Dunston also went yard for the Braves. The home run hitters, Klesko, McGriff, Lemke, Blauser also had a home run. Dodgers, Astros in Houston, pitching duel early. Ramon Martinez, Derek May, Mayday outside, and Paul Runge calls it a strike. Shane Reynolds, Delano DeShields, wicked hook. And then Brent Strom and Terry Collins, they'd like Reynolds to use a splitter a little less.
Well, they would. I mean, Terry, once in a while, he gets into this situation where he throws an awful lot. But give Todd Hollingsworth credit for a great at-bat. He gets behind on the count. And Hollingsworth, the rookie, who's so important to this lineup, he's a left-handed hitting slasher with all those other right-handed hitters. Keeps fouling off, takes the fastball away. That's a tough pitch to take from one of the best control pitchers in the game. Finally, Reynolds hangs splitter. Hollingsworth lines the base hit, opens up the game.
That was the 7th splitter that he threw. 3 come in, Carlos, Mondesi, and Blowers. Hollingsworth tried to stretch it into a triple. No. 4-1 Dodgers. Bottom of the 6th, same score. And Jeff Bagwell got a special glove on to protect his hand, and there's no protecting this if you're the pitcher. 4-2 Dodgers, #1 for Bagwell. Craig Biggio can't match him. He goes down. Hall, then K's Bell. Darren Hall, scoreless 7th and 8th innings, and a wicked pitch from Todd Worrell getting Orlando Miller. Dodgers win 4-3. Good game for Todd Hollingsworth. Don't give him the Rookie of the Year just yet, he says. This is just one game. There's 161 to go. In his brief Major League career, by the way, Hollingsworth is 5 for 6 against Reynolds. Rockies-Phillies game postponed yesterday in anticipation of rain today, and it did show up. Both teams are hurting, so they'll take the extra day off. Top of the Dodgers order, names you recognize. You got Butler, Piazza, Karros, Mondesi. They all get 2 hits, but Hall and Hollingsworth, guys you don't hear from, they're making noise. That's a good sign for Tommy.
Well, it's very important to say. Hollingsworth is very important because they really need him to get established in left field. And I know there's talk of platooning him with Ashley and bringing Cedeno up, but this guy is a terrific player, very aggressive. But the Darren Hall story, they need a setup guy. They want to give Osuna a little bit more time. Darren Hall 2 years ago at Toronto, along with Mike Fetters, had the best save percentage in the American League. Hurt his arm again after all those years coming out of the minor leagues. He's back and throwing very well. It's very important, I think, to that staff to have a veteran who can pitch some in the 7th and 8th, and eventually they can bring the Osunas and the Rodriguez's and the Parks all back and give them that gas.
It never hurts to be on a competitor, which he is. Plenty more ahead on baseball's other opening day. 12 games scheduled, 8 played. Highlights from Ray Extra Ordonez. Also ahead on baseball tonight, the Rocket trying to get the Red Sox off on the right foot. For the first time in 22 months, Rhino says it's game day. And when is the next time the Reds' Brett Boone will be able to play in a game?
Out here.
Instant update, the Oregon Sounds, John Olerud. We haven't seen this. We assume it goes to right center because every other home run has gone there, and it does in Las Vegas. A 3-run home run comes off Reyes, who's given up 3. Nixon and Carter score ahead of him. John Olerud, Peter, 2 for 3, 3 RBIs.
How far has this guy fallen? He hit 363 3 years ago. One Vegas service listed 77 guys odds to win the batting title, including John Jaha at 25 to 1. Olerud didn't even make it.
If he knows that, he's possessed. 2 for 3 tonight. He's got 2 runs. Sellout crowd at a cold Wrigley Field today, and it was the return of Rhino. Think the fans there love him? You betcha. They also like that guy, Rick Sutcliffe. Rhino gets a standing O and then goes deep to left off Andy Ashby. Ricky Henderson is there. Rhino goes 0 for 3. Did make 7 plays in the field. Bottom of the 7th, tied at 2. Sosa's off first. And Scott Services, keep going, Sammy, all the way around. A 2-run home run. And even those guys like it. Bottom of the 8th, 4 to 3 Cubs. Runners on first and second. Mark Grace off Willie Blair, sharply to left. Scott Bullitt trips on something. Tall blade of grass. Down he goes. Grace got a little chuckle out of it, but it would be costly because in the 9th, Wally Joyner, in his first game as a Padre, also goes to left. Caminiti, who was off first, is off second. He's off third. He comes all the way around the score. We're tied at 4. Top 10 now. 2 out there loaded for Caminiti facing Bob Patterson. A wide strike, and Caminiti not happy about the call, Peter.
Well, I think we can allow that Jim Quick can be disconcerted a little bit today, but with controlled pitchers, they get that pitch. What they don't get is the pitch inside.
Unless you're Maddox and you get every call. Bottom 10, they're loaded, and it's Grace again. Game-winning RBI single off Hoffman, 5-4 in 10. Padres managed 6 hits. The top of the order didn't help because Henderson, Finley, and Gwynn go 1 for 13. Gwynn with a 1 hit. Throwing Caminiti, it's 2 for 18. Wild game at Shea. Cardinals and Mets. Tony La Russa's first game as the Cards manager. He's up 3-zip. Top 4, Bobby Jones, Willie McGee, and Willie does some work. Pat Borders and Luis Alicea score. A 3-run shot for Willie McGee. Cardinals up 6-0 playing because Brian Jordan is DL. Top 7. Cardinals up 6-3 with 2 on. Ray Langford down the left field line. Royce Clayton's going to try to score from first. That's a mistake because watch Ray Ordonez from his knees. A strike, and he nails him. Peter, he's special.
He is special. He can throw from anywhere. He's an offensive, defensive player who goes after the ball and doesn't have to worry about throwing.
That's a sick play, by the way. Jose Vizcaíno singles. So does Ray Ordonez. Chris Jones pinch hitting. He singles. And then after a Lance Johnson RBI single, the Mets are only down 1. Bernard Gilkey goes the other way. Chris Jones rounds third. We're tied at 6. Next batter, Rico Brunja to right. Lance Johnson, he's got wheels. Willie McGee doesn't have the strongest arm. It's 7-6. And then, Peter, again, here's Ordonez playing the field.
There's no such thing as a bad hop with this guy, even on this very difficult play. Wet infield, wet dirt. I mean, he doesn't have to get hits to win games.
Punch him out, says Dallas Green. They also said his team should be thrilled with a comeback. First time since 1980, the Mets have come back from a 6-zip deficit. La Russa complimented Ordonez's throw by calling it a hellacious play. It was. Inside the box score, the Cardinals. Not a bad day for Willie, though you wonder if he's going to be able to keep up that consistency. For the Mets, Bernard Gilkey goes 2 for 4, Hundley 1 for 4. They have won 14 of their last 15 home openers, and it was good to see Rico Brunja in the starting lineup. As for Willie McGee, playing, of course, for the injured Jordan, he knocked in 3. Again, is it true or not? I mean, can this guy keep up this type of productivity? And what's the prognosis on Jordan?
Well, it's very tough for Willie McGee to have to go in there and play every day. He'll give it his all, and he is in better condition coming off the problems, the injuries, than he was last year. But it's a really tough break for Brian Jordan. He's right on the cusp of becoming a great player. What's really, I mean, there's a bad injury to the thumb. What's interesting here is how the football players keep getting injured playing baseball. I mean, Deion Sanders has never missed a football game because of a football injury. He missed a couple of games because of a baseball injury, but he's missed 40 baseball games of being on the disabled list. And, of course, he missed a couple of other games because he had migraine headaches from football negotiations. Brian Jordan has only missed 12 football games, but by the time he gets back from this injury, he'll have missed about 100 baseball games on the disabled list. It's really interesting. People think it's so much easier to play baseball than football, but they tend towards very different injuries.
97 games missed versus 12 for those two guys you just mentioned. The Reds had 5 players on the DL. They now have 6. Brett Boone put on today. He's going to need surgery on his elbow. Strange story here, too. He hurt it last week, but he plays this weekend. What's his story?
Well, I think he tried to play tough, strained it. He needs the time to come back. Eric Owens is a really good offensive player. Just wonder if he can even come close to the same defense that Boone provides on turf.
Brett Boone is a gamer, but the game got him. Still ahead on baseball tonight. 7 games in the books, an average of 17 hits per game. We'll check the balls that never came back. Plenty in the game still going on. And on the hill in Texas, Ken Hill, the newest Ranger, earning his stripes and respect. And Travis Fryman and the Tigers running into a buzzsaw in Minnesota.
All across the country, America loves pasta. And right now, right in your neighborhood, Applebee's is dishing it up just the way America likes it. Jambalaya pasta with a touch of New Orleans spice. Smothered Tuscan chicken with a dash of Italian cheese.
They've been called the team of the 90s, but Fred McGriff and the Braves know the road to repeat in October starts in April. This week, they'll welcome Barry Bonds and the Giants to the launching pad. Later, the Brewers and Angels hook up at the Big A. The Giants battle the Braves at 7:30. The Brewers take on the Angels at 10:30. The Wednesday doubleheader, this week on ESPN.
In Texas, native Roger Clemens throwing against the Rangers, and he got roughed up on opening day. Bottom of the second, Craig Worthington, who's playing for the injured Dean Palmer, out of here. 2-0 Rangers, a solo shot, and then Worthington showing he can do it in the field as well. Top of the third, one of the new Red Sox, Will Cordero, gets good wood on it, but good glove, and he's out. Ken Hill, very impressive. Troy O'Leary in the 5th. Troy O'Leary in the 5th, pleads the 5th. He was silent. Hill, 8 2/3 with 7 Ks. The Red Sox are concerned about their D, Peter, and they should be.
That's the Bermuda Triangle outfield that they feature. And you know, one thing about it, they were very lackadaisical defensively in spring training. I mean, that's kind of a loss of thought throw there at a big time.
John Valentin allowed Ivan Rodriguez to reach, and then Juan Gonzalez goes to left and scores Rodriguez to make it 3-zip. Clark would later score. Texas win 5-3, and yes, that's true, Peter. Valentin and the rest of them will make the great plays. It's the routine ones they occasionally will mess up. 8 2/3 for Hill. He told Johnny Oates if somebody got on the ninth, come and get me, narrowing it a home run, so he did. Clemens said it was a flaw in his delivery. He figures he can work it out. As for Ken Hill, who replaces Kenny Rogers, you check out the numbers. And, Peter, before the All-Star break, this guy is solid.
He is, but one of the things that's been a tendency the last 3 years is his velocity has declined. As the season's gone along, his velocity has declined per pitch as games go along. He had pretty good velocity right up through the 8th inning today. Maybe this will be a reversal. He found his delivery in Cleveland working with the Indians last year. Maybe this will turn out to be a huge year to reverse that tendency.
And it will be different because the Texas Heat can get to you after a while. Tigers at the Metrodome. First inning in this one. Paul Molitor's first at bat as a Twin. He gets a standing O, and then everybody sits down because Paul does too. He went 1 for 3 with a walk. Bottom of the first. Second and third, tied at 1, Greg Myers to Cecil. Good glove by Cecil. And he holds the runners. The next batter, and if this guy can stay healthy, Minnesota's going to like his productivity. Dave Hollins up the middle, 2 score. He went 2 for 3. Twins are up 3-1. Matt Lawton singles to right, 2 more runs score. Who is Matt Lawton? He's replacing Kirby Puckett. 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs, and Buddy Bell's Tigers go down losing. Rough outing for Felipe Lira, 6 runs and 8 hits. He became the first Venezuelan to start on opening day. Kirby did show up and then joked that he felt like Wally Pipp. Matt Lawton said, not so fast. I want you back as soon as possible. Elsewhere today, 2 inches of snow in Cleveland postpones the season opener. Dennis Martinez and David Cohn and all those championship rings set to be on hand tomorrow. Mike Mussina's going to throw for the O's as they were rained out with the Royals. Mussina's got a 26-inning shutout streak going. Wednesday night baseball here on ESPN. Glavin's going to be pitching for the Braves. The second game is the Brewers playing the Angels. Stay tuned throughout the night for updates on all the games going on. You see the Angels there. Peter, you and I were in Los Angeles when that Disney deal was announced. Things kind of cooled to the point where it was almost called off. What's the latest now? Well,
it looks like it's going through. As a matter of fact, the Angels employees have been told to expect it'll happen in the next couple of days. Carl, this is really important. I mean, the Angels had to hold back pending the sale. They're basically playing with a 22-man roster. They need a couple more pitchers. They're eventually going to need a catcher. I think what's going to happen is when Disney sees how good this team is and what a chance they have to make the World Series, they'll let them go out at midseason, spend the $4 to $7 million to get those 3 players. And this is a really good team in the field.
Baseball could definitely use a company like Disney. More to come on baseball tonight. We will talk about the other games that went on. People think the Pirates are a joke. Don't laugh so hard. If today was a sign of things to come, there's nothing funny about Jim Leland's team. Peter and I back with more after this. And fellow umpire Eric Gregg, moment of silence for John McSherry. Devon White, no sunglasses, sunny day. Devon used the sunglasses. Carlos Garcia to center. Devon loses it. Playing in Florida now, it was a triple for Garcia. Next batter, Rookie of the Year candidate Jason Kendall, right back up the middle. Garcia scores, and the Bucks are up 1-0. Top of the 8th, still 1-0. They're loaded with 2 outs, 1-2 to Bell. Frank Pulley says no. Terry Matthews thought he rung him up, but he didn't. Next pitch, Bell down the left field line. Dave Kingery and Al Martin score, so instead of it being 1-0 and out of the inning, it's 3-0, and the Pirates go on and win 4-0. Good day for Paul Wagner. 4 2/3 before he gave up a hit. And a great debut as he is now 1-0, 6 2/3, 2 hits and 5 Ks. Jason Kendall, 3 for 4, but let's not put him in the Hall of Fame just yet, says Jim Leland. Good thing he hit because 3, 4, 5 hitters, Merced, King, and Hayes, 0 for 12. When we come back, we'll take a look at the balls that never did come back. 22 home runs hit to this point, including Shawan Dunston, who used a little body language to help his out. 8 games, 22 home runs, and 7 of those come in the game between the Braves and the Giants as we check the balls that never came back. In Las Vegas, the Blue Jays nearly rolling a lucky 7. They're up 6-2 on the A's. Big game so far for John Olerud, a double and a home run. Right center field, by the way, at Cashman Field. Seems to be the field of choice to hit them. Gonzalez and Cedeno also have gone deep. So has Terry Steinbach. As far as tomorrow's starters, Peter, you check this list. What do you expect out of David Cone this season?
I think it's going to be interesting. He had a little trouble in spring training getting his arm speed back, but my guess is when they go north, it'll be terrific.
He will not go south. Elsewhere, the Royals and Orioles, Mike Mussina, 19 wins last season. For the White Sox, they got a good outing the other night. Can Alvarez pick up from where he was a couple years ago?
Absolutely. He threw great in spring training. I really think that rotation will turn itself completely around.
National League games tomorrow. They include the Expos at the Reds, and of course, Cincinnati needs things out of Pete Shorrock.
Yeah, it'll be tough for Pete Shorrock to come back again. I'm not sure whether he'll be able to pitch that game.
Ishmael Valdez, Dodgers expect big things out of him. 13-11 last season. The Dodgers take on the Astros at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Updates on the Jays game on the next Sports Center, which comes your way in 90 minutes. Our next baseball